So that's apparently... Oh, so what's this playlist? Is it Gen Hope, or is it a bunch of stuff I should be reacting to? Oh, God. This whole... Can we, Oh, no. Okay, so... I'm gonna watch the Neil Armstrong one, because I'm interested how they take this one. Because it's like, this is gonna be about how America is the best for being on the moon, right? It's not really gonna be about, like, Neil Armstrong, right?
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
It's gonna be like... Yeah, anyway.
Hey, Leo. What you doing out here?
Just looking at the moon. It's really big tonight.
I just saw your new soccer trophy. Very cool.
This...
I didn't win the trophy. We lost every match, and I played terrible. Everyone got one for participating.
Well, at least it looks good.
This animation is just so awful, and the voice acting is also very awful. It feels like his hair is like the missing piece that's like going into the cutout of this tree here. It feels like he's like a missing jigsaw puzzle.
Bigger than most of my trophies.
Yeah, I guess, but honestly, it makes me feel weird. Trophies are good, but I don't feel like I earned it. My coach said we should feel good because we tried, so I guess I should be proud, but I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little weird to get a trophy when you lose.
You're so good at sports, you almost never lose. I'm starting to think competition just might not be my thing.
Leo, competition is good for you, and it might not...
This is... They're cramming in a lot of talking points here, and I'm wondering where the actual point is.
feel like it, but losing is actually good for you, too.
Why would losing ever be a good thing?
Oh, because Neil Armstrong was a loser, and it inspired him to be the best.
Life's famous winners started with losses.
Here we go.
Like who? Yeah, let's go.
Like phone. Yeah.
See.
Oh, it's a time travel machine.
Layla, we're in outer space.
Leo, I think
Arnold, don't take off your helmet. No!
we're on the moon. Was my phone listening to us? You just were talking about the moon. This can't be right.
Did you not put in the thing in your phone? Why are you confused?
I don't like where this computer's taking us. I'm gonna take over and land us manually. Neil! Do we have enough fuel? We're almost out! I got this.
This is crazy.
Woo! We did it! USA! USA! USA!
I like how he's whisper chanting too. It's like he doesn't want to wake up his parents. This was recorded in like Nick Fuentes' basement or something. Mom's basement. The you know.
The Eagle has landed.
Leo, aliens?
Either aliens or astronauts.
OMG! This is incredible!
They made kids content and they said OMG. They're making content for kids and they said OMG. Oh boy.
Incredible! We won! Buzz, buzz, easy. I'm gonna go out there and fulfill the mission.
Can he please dab instead of doing anything but dabbing?
Okay, I'll get everything else ready. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Ah! Aliens!
No. We're not aliens. We're Leo and Layla from the future. We thought you might be aliens.
Ah.
Well, we're American astronauts. I'm Neil Armstrong, and Buzz Aldrin is in the lunar module. It's the summer of 1969. What are you doing here?
We're trying to learn about competition, and for some reason, our time machine delivered us here.
So what are the comments here? Like, people believe the moon landing? Oh yeah, it's kids. I was about to say, like, isn't Prager U like a little bit of... You're gonna find like a little bit of crossover with like the guy that Buzz Aldrin punched because he said the moon landing wasn't real.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
It might have made a mistake.
Uh-huh. Actually, you're in the perfect time and place. I don't mean to sound boastful, but you've just witnessed one of the greatest victories in history. A victory for the USA, but also a victory for mankind.
You getting here to the moon?
Yep, let me tell you about it. After the massive destruction of World War II, the two most powerful countries were the United States of America and the Soviet Union.
Is the Soviet Union the same thing as Russia?
Close. Russia's been around for hundreds of years. But in the year of 1917, a group of people called the Communists took it over. These communists called themselves Soviets, and the new country they set up was called the Soviet Union. Over the years, the Soviets expanded their territory and took over many countries. It can be confusing, but just think of Russia as being the biggest country inside the communist-led Soviet Union.
Okay, gotcha.
And we know from our trip to see President Reagan that communism is a system of government that oppresses people and makes life terrible.
Whoa. Ronald Reagan, the actor, became president?
Yeah, a really good one too.
All right.
Well, it sounds like President
I like how there's like a little dumb smiley face here in his pants. You see that? Here's the eye, and then here's the mouth. Or here's the eyes and he's blushing. And he's got a tumor here. Yeah. People love Reagan.
Reagan taught you well. Communism is very bad.
Reagan's like a deity in a lot of people's minds.
And for the last 25 years, we Americans have been in a battle to stop it. One of the biggest parts of the battle has been a competition for global influence.
Influence? Is that like when my mom says to be a good example for Leo?
It's funny because, like, I was about to say, you know, the moon landing, for a matter of, like, just influence, seems like almost kind of superficial. Space exploration is kind of like an interesting scientific achievement. You know, you don't know what you can't learn until you do it. You know, like, exploring the cosmos is something that I think we could have value in. We wouldn't know what value there is in something we haven't done. So it is, you know, a unique kind of interesting thing that we should be probably looking towards doing as like a species. But it's funny that they're going with the superficial angle of like, oh yeah, we wanted influence over we wanted to be able to tell the communists like, nah, we made it to the moon better than you and faster. And it's funny that that's the lesson at the end of the day.
Yo?
It's pretty similar. In this competition for influence, America wants to show the world a way of life where people are free is better than the communist way of life.
This is I can't believe that they're going with this angle because this is like beyond parody. This is really funny. This is a good screenshot too. That's funny.
Where people are controlled by their government.
What does you and Buzz coming to...
Like, okay, hold the fuck up, Prager U. So if Russia landed on the moon first, that would mean that communism is a better system? Is that what you're saying? If Russia landed on the moon first, that would prove that communism's a better system, Prager U? Holy fucking shit. What is wrong with you?
the moon have to do with it?
In this competition, we want to show that the American way of life produces better athletes, better art, better food, better everything. That includes better technology. And there's no better demonstration of technology than space exploration. We and the Soviets have been competing for years now to see who can win the space race. And until today, we kept losing.
America? Losers?
Until today, we kept losing. So they had a communism was a preferable system until this very day, according to Prager U.
No way. How?
First, we competed to see who could get a satellite into space. They won. Then the communists were the first to get a living creature into space. And then the really big one, The Soviets beat us into getting a man into space.
Exactly. So like, so what does that say? That doesn't mean communism's better because they did those things. So that then you draw the line at the moon. As soon as you've got the one up, you're like, this is the one that matters now. It's like, okay, I don't think any of those things. These don't have anything to do with whether or not communism's a better system. Like this is so superficial and silly. This is so ridiculous.
We've had so many failures over the years, but we never gave up.
Were the failures devastating?
Like that was the finish line. So if the Russians like land a human being on Mars first, like what, Prager U is gonna go like, oh, I guess communism's the better system now, like
A participation trophy?
Nope, I didn't need one of those.
Are Russians even like communists right now? Is there anyone on the planet that's like even there's like countries that are pretending to be communists but aren't, which is like the major flaw of communism, is that it never actually happens the way that it says that it should. Like there was a great line in the documentary Up the Yangtze that talked about how China turned the blinker on as if it were turning into the left lane and then turned right, which is like a very good political observation about China, especially current China.
And look, no one likes to fail, but it's the part of life that leads to success.
Are you saying it's good to lose?
It's the pain of losing that drives a person to improve. So the road to victory is paved with losses. Without our losses in the space race, we wouldn't be standing on the moon today.
That's why it's
It's weird how, okay, like you could be teaching about the moon landing, but this is all packaged in this like greater narrative that they're trying to push, which is essentially just virtue signaling. Like this narrative of like, oh, you're handing out participation trophies. That's not something that's going to resonate with children. That's going to resonate with like boomers, really. Like this is kids content for boomers. It's boomers who are like doing the whole like, well, back in my day, you didn't get a trophy for nothing. You got a trophy if you won. Like kids don't. It's so I don't know, who is this for? Like I don't know what age demographic this is for, and it's weird that they're packaging it this way, because like even if you were to insist that that's the case for like a child, it's not going to mean anything to a child.
so great when you have a coach who pushes you to be a winner.
After our losses, we were never rewarded or consoled. In fact, after the Soviets got the first man into space, the guy who was sort of like our
Who was going to... This is... Oh my god. There was... The, like, international, like, award for space was handing out awards. You're like, I didn't get an award for trying. Neither did Russia. They just got the cred. I mean, like, what do you mean? Russia gave themselves an award, I guess, maybe? Like, we didn't get an award for coming in second place to Russia for sending things into space. So, never give out awards for things that aren't first place, ever. Like, I don't even, like, entirely disagree with, like, the sentiment that you should push people to try harder if that's what they're trying to get at, but it's packaged in such an insane way that it's not hitting the nail.
coach, President John F. Kennedy, challenged our entire nation to work, to improve, and to do the unthinkable. JFK challenged America to be the first to put a man on the moon.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal?
This impression.
We choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. It is a goal that will organize our energy and skill. It is a challenge we are willing to accept and one we intend to win.
Aren't, like, conservatives defunding government programs like NASA? Who the fuck do you think paid for the moon landing? Like, that was a government like, what the fuck? It's so weird how, like, retroactively, like, principles are just flipped. but whatever.
It sounds like President Kennedy.
Like, that's why SpaceX is doing, like, all the space travel shit instead of NASA. It's because they're defunded to shit.
was a good coach.
He certainly was a great motivator. He persuaded the government, private business, and every American man, woman, and child to make sacrifices and work together. And in under 8 years, here we are. We won.
This makes me proud to be an American.
Me too. What an accomplishment.
What are you going to do when you get back to—
Not those other things. Those were not accomplishments. The first being in space is not an accomplishment, but the moon is definitely an accomplishment forever.
Earth?
The only accomplishment ever.
Won't everything be boring compared to this?
I fell in love with the world of flight as an elementary student, and I got my pilot's license at the—
I can't stop looking at his, like, smiling junk face and/or blushing smiling junk face. Like, it's just, that's who's really talking.
Fell in love with the world of flight as an elementary student, and I got my pilot's license at the age of 16.
What? That's just a few years older than me.
I even flew 78 missions during the Korean War.
I would never have gotten my pilot's license if they'd handed me trophies for losing at track and field or something.
And now, I'm the first man to walk on the moon. I want to teach people about
That expression, that, like, open, first man to walk on the moon.
during the Korean War. And now, I'm the first man to walk on the moon. I want to teach people about airplanes and how they fly. Maybe I can even help students learn from their losses.
It's like a
on
South
the way
Park
to
smile.
victory.
Neil, you've got a call. It's the president.
Also, your pod's moving.
Well, kids, it's been nice talking to you, but I've got to get back to work.
Of course, Mr. Armstrong. It's been an honor to meet you.
Oh wait, where's Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah, thanks to you and all the other Americans that made this happen.
Hello, Mr. President.
It's always like a really jarring shift when they change the foreground but not the background. That's always like a really shit thing to do in animation. Thank you for the sub, Pooper Trooper. When you change the foreground but not the background, change the background. Just zoom in a bit on the background. It'll make it more, it won't feel so weird. Like that? Like, that's so weird.
It's been an honor to meet you.
Yeah, thanks to you and all the other Americans that made this happen.
Hello, Mr. President. Thank you.
You feel better?
Yeah,
Going to keep competing?
totally. If I get more participation trophies, no problem. I'm not going to let trophies of any kind affect me. I'm just going to work to get better. If I turn my week—
I don't understand how they're, like, piecing this all together as, like, a single thing. Like, why is this about trophies at all? What the fuck? This is such a bizarre, like, thing that they're tacking on to this subject.
into a strength, I'll be really tough to stop.
Love it. Let's get home.
It's such a stretch.
Hey, Buzz, are you ready to get out of here? I can't believe I forgot the golf clubs. To all the people that are listening and watching tonight, God bless you. Good night from Apollo 11.
Very cool.
Thanks for watching. It's April 2022, so here are my $5 and up patrons. Regal Moss, Speak of the Joker, Yup Yup Yup, Caden Mack, Andre Philippe, Buttrock, Charisma, The Super One Player, Dwyer Tarantino, Jacob Arndt, Zachary Kane, Samjul, Chi.exe, Gothic Sith, Mandelbro, Wales, Bothadago, Gabriel Herrera, Hoofito, Ocean Machinery, and Malav Shah. Thank you for watching.